All right, welcome back, everybody. Once again, my name is Aaron Kaplan, and I am the managing partner of Promise Partners. Two quick administrative pieces before I get into my shtick. One is in breakout session A, which was in this room over here. Somebody left a parking ticket. If you don't want to pay full tab, you want to just pay for the hours you were here, come see me afterwards. I'll be sitting down over here. And then number two, we've had some requests from folks that if you have garbage, please put them in the receptacles, because we're not getting some help from getting it cleaned up. So if we could all clean up our own messes, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to figure out how to get to the sponsors page, if you can help me in the back. Because I want to make sure that we thank our sponsors, these folks here at the bottom. They are the folks that really have made this event happen, and it's a total success, hearing tons of positive feedback. So thank you all and our partners, as well as don't forget to tag us on LinkedIn, social, however you play the game. So now let me tell you a little bit about me and my story. I received my undergraduate degree from Indiana University. I received my MBA here at Weatherhead. Early in my career, I worked for a few large Fortune 100 companies, and I then transitioned to smaller companies and found that even more enjoyable. But something was definitely missing. What I really wanted was to be able to control and impact my own destiny. And my first attempt was to do a startup. And that was energizing in one sense, but lonely in another. And in the end, it failed, like 90% of all other startups. And just as I was winding down that startup, some fine person, a friend of mine, brought me to a Promise Partners meeting. And in the end, I really found my people. As the only non-profit ETA accelerator in the US, Promise introduced me to many like-minded folks who wanted to acquire, were aspiring to acquire, or helping folks to acquire businesses. Promise's goal is to help entrepreneurs realize their dreams of business ownership, and this organization had been doing this for over 30 years. Promise Partners has proven this successfully over and over again. 68 members have purchased almost 100 businesses. Super impressive. This nonprofit organization draws upon various ETA strategies by collaborating with existing business owners to accelerate the path to ownership. And this is done through mentoring, personalized coaching, deep acquisition experience. And it's all about how do we surround each other and really have a community. The bottom line is that the members of Promise helped me understand that there was another path to ownership, and it wasn't just through a startup. By buying an existing business and growing it, it allowed me to bypass the problems and loneliness of a startup. In addition to realizing that the organization principles aligned with my values and mentoring and giving back, that was another key piece for me. All of the acquisitions that are out there and all of us who are in this community, we need support. There's ups and downs to the entire process. And having a community that we can share the good and the bad, that is a key element, at least for me, and I think for many of you. One of the exciting things about Cleveland is that we are the epicenter of the ETA movement. Yes, there are acquisitions happening throughout the country, no doubt. But the 30 years of experience that we have in this organization, and it was all started by Professor Richard Osborne here at Weatherhead, that started Promise Partners along the road of how do we help each other. This is the community that has gotten me, and I think can help many of you, get to the promised land. Sorry, I had to throw that in. Other communities are writing and blogging about the ETA movement, but the rubber hits the road here. We are doing it. We are buying businesses, we are talking about buying businesses, and we are going through it in actuality and not just writing it. So that, I view, as super exciting and super powerful. That's my story. That's what I wanted to come tell you. Now, I'm going to shift gears, and I think I'm passing the mic to Jeff, and you are going to take us into the afternoon. Entree. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Is my mic working? Yeah, there we go. How many of you, just a quick show of hands, were here? Actually, we'll do it the different way because I know the result's not going to work that way. How many are just joining us for the afternoon? Weren't here this morning? Couple folks. All right. Really quickly then, I won't go into a lot of detail. My name is Jeff Bowman, co-founder and CEO of the Ames Institute right here in Cleveland. We've been partnering with ETA companies, supporting them, helping them accelerate their journey over the last almost 10 years. This really isn't about me though. So let's talk about what you can expect and get you up to date on where we're at in today's agenda before I introduce our next speaker. So this morning when we came together, we talked about some meaningful stories, right? Some meaningful stories of ETA in this community. The big theme that emerged from that I noticed from each of the shares that we had is really at the core of this. It's about people. It's about us. It's about the opportunity to create jobs, to create opportunities for more people in this amazing community. After we had those stories shared, we went into some different workshops, lots of workshops in each of the 3 bays here, where a ton of wealth and knowledge and strategies were shared with all of you. Now, as we come into the afternoon, we're going to shift our focus a little bit. We're going to quickly go into a panel that I'm super excited about, someone that always runs these really well, about becoming a credible buyer. And I know there's quite a few folks in here at that point of their journey. After we unpack that, we're going to go into some conversations with one another, have an opportunity to unpack what we've learned. And then after we break, we're going to see an amazing pitch competition, which is really a first-hand opportunity for you to see the types of businesses ETA owners have the opportunity to buy in this community. After we have the pitch competition, we'll do a little bit of crowdsourcing about how do we accelerate your dreams of ETA, or how do we accelerate what's happening in terms of ETA in this community before we wrap up. So I'm super excited to get to introduce to you someone who's a key part of making this happen. I want to introduce Andrew Medvedev. Andrew has served in his role of I'm looking around the room, I saw him before, I'm not sure where he went to. Andrew has served in his role as Dean of the Weatherhead School of Management since September of 2022. He has a long history with the school and Case Western Reserve University, having earned his bachelor's degree here, and then later joining as a board of trustee in 2018. He joined Weatherhead's visiting committee, where he helped launch the school's alumni-led career boot camp program, designed to further bolster the students' marketplace readiness. Prior to his role as dean, Andrew was a managing director and portfolio manager for Morgan Stanley Investment Management. His career there spanned over almost 2 decades in investment management, corporate finance, investment banking, and a significant focus on traditional and renewable energy sectors, a sector that I have some experience with as well. On a personal note, he immigrated with his family to Cleveland as a teenager. As I mentioned before, earned his undergraduate in economics from Case Western in 1997. He earned his MBA from Harvard in 2004, lives in Shaker Heights with his wife, Christine, who runs a sustainably focused architectural design studio, and together they have 3 children. Please help me in giving a warm welcome to Andrew. You're right in front of me.
Thanks so much, Jeff. I appreciate the kind intro. And it's great to see so many folks here. It is an exciting time to be at Weatherhead and at Case Western Reserve. We are in the middle of probably one of the most transformational times in higher ed, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be offered the opportunity to lead this incredible institution. We've been quite busy since we've seen so many of you guys last year. The school has been hard at work in engaging alumni all across the country in a variety of ways, and we've launched alumni chapters in New York and California, and we've engaged our veterans community. We've brought alumni into the life of the school and rebooting so much alumni connectivity in our degree programs via advisory boards. The faculty has been busy working hard at engaging really interesting and difficult problems like supply chain resiliency, leading in the age of AI, thinking through digitization of legacy enterprises like our own Rust Belt environment here. And the programs that we lead have been going through redesign, update, and in some cases, brand new launch like our new MBA in product management. We do all this for one reason and one reason only. The future belongs to the problem-solving university, and we will do that. We'll let our peers on coasts get distracted by politics and other things while we build the future and solve the problems that matter in the real world. And what we do here in the ETA community is a perfect example of that. To me, the school's capabilities are around leadership, transformation, management, actualization, and that's what the ETA community needs. And the ability to produce a generation of talent that'll be empowered to write their own story right here in the Great Lakes area is something that was just too hard to pass up. So I'm proud to say that the ETA idea has become an ETA class, has become an ETA program, has become an ETA community here at Weatherhead. From now 60 or is it 70 Simon students that are part of the ETA club, who on a beautiful Cleveland summer fall night were busy in a windowless conference room working on pitch competitions rather than hitting the bars, which is a true testament of how attractive something is to the young people, to a 3-course sequence, to a large group of alumni that have come out of the woodwork and have become mentors and peers and partners, to success stories that are building on that tradition of 45 plus now alumni that have gone through the journey. We are really forging that community. And to me, that is ultimately the power of a university and how we will fulfill that promise of problem solving. You can watch a video on YouTube about how to do discounted cash flow. I mean, ultimately, that's not the differentiating factor. What is the ability to empower, to provide these students a lab at life, to give them reps that allow them to be real world ready, to then plug them into a community that takes that readiness and magnifies that impact. And so all of you being here is part of that promise and part of that community that's going to not only enable their success, but build that generation of entrepreneurs here in our community. So I'm thrilled that the school gets to be the intellectual hub of this movement. I personally think that the future belongs to that entrepreneur who will apply the skill sets that have historically largely reside in corporate settings, but put them into a far more growthy individual environment on their terms. And I want to make sure that this school sustains its leadership and grows that leadership in the field. So I hope that all of you can call on Weatherhead as your third home away from home. I hope that all of you join me in this journey of building this incredible community such that not that many years from now, there's a beautiful cover on Business Week that says, "What the hell's in the water in Cleveland?" Where they start talking about not only what's here, and then they realize it's been here all along, but is now being taken to great heights. So I'm thrilled that you're here. I so appreciate your partnership, and welcome to Case Western.